Welcome to Brain Hacker. Remember, your brain is not broken, the world is. All right, so the topic of this talk is about why you forget memory links if you've been learning memory techniques. Now, the most common reason people forget these links has actually nothing to do with intelligence, and it has everything to do with distraction. Here's what usually happens. Someone learns a memory technique, they understand it logically, but when they try to use it, they never actually stop and visualize clearly in their mind's eye. They kind of keep one foot in the external world and one foot in their imagination, and the link doesn't stick because your brain doesn't see it as real. I'm going to say this again for the people in the back. The reason memory techniques work is because visualization on some level tricks your brain into thinking that something that you visualize actually happens. This is why we love movies, for example. We know the people in them are very well-paid actors and actresses, and they make a lot of money, but they can still play somebody who is a homeless person and will still cry and feel emotions. That's that part of your brain that sees anything that you visualize as real, even if there's logical reasons to not believe that. So that benefit of the doubt that your brain gives everything you visualize helps things stick. That's if you visualize it clearly. So say, for example, you want to remember where you're setting your keys. We've done this technique many times before. It's a great technique for us ADHD people. You're supposed to set the keys down and then imagine that they explode. And if I clearly imagine these keys exploding, well, I'm imagining the sound, the smell of gunpowder, maybe these keys flying all over the room and hitting things. So I'm making it very vivid in my mind's eye. Now, if you have difficulty visualizing, the hack for that is to imagine that you're right there. Maybe you're trying to hold on to the keys while they explode and you feel the pain of it going through your hand. I know this sounds silly and insane and crazy if you're new to memory techniques, but if you actually try it, you'll find that you remember these links, not for hours, not for days, but for weeks and months. And of course, when applied to studying or names and faces in sales, well, it can mean the difference between a career that's soaring or one that's stagnant. And that's really what this is all about. So what most people get wrong, though, when they first learn memory techniques is they imagine kind of a picture of the explosion. You know, like while they're on their phone or they're speaking to their friend or something like that. Their mind is basically on other things. And one of the reasons why memory techniques actually work is that it demands full focus, if only for a split second, but you have to practice switching your attention and focusing completely. That's the only time that memory techniques work. If you're ready to learn how your brain really works, well, that's why I wrote Brain Hacker. Because your brain is not broken, the world is. Brain Hacker is over 55 brain hacks for things like canceling cravings to stick to your diet, sleeping better, speed reading, sharpening communication, increasing IQ, and of course, better focus and memory. But it's also in story form, so it's easier to learn, following how I went from being an ADHD dyslexic kid at the bottom of all my classes to rising so fast they thought I was cheating, to breaking Guinness World Records from memory and building businesses around the world. It's all based around one core idea, that life is shaping your brain to fail, but brain hacks train your mind for success so you can thrive in the modern world without being consumed by it. So buy Brain Hacker today, and with proof of purchase, you actually get a discount on my other courses and products, and then consider joining brainhackers.com, where over 1,000 members so far are sharing their brain hacks from their life. See you there. So as you train your brain to learn more techniques, if a memory link doesn't quite stick, actually ask yourself, did I stop? Did I fully immerse myself into the image, or was I rushing on to the next thing? The speed only comes after you get accuracy and presence first. Remember that tiger in the jungle principle on another video. If your brain doesn't actually remember things, it's because, well, it didn't realize that tiger, that one thing that stood out from the whole rest of the image, well, it didn't realize it was important. If you're not present and you're not really focusing, it's not going to see it. So let your brain register the moment. Next time, stop, drop, visualize, and let your imagination do what it's always been good at. And the more you do it, the more you practice, the better you'll be. Check out other brain hacks at brainhackers.com, and I'll see you in the next video.